What's up guys, Andy here, Forest Steam Runner, bringing you the last winter training video blog of 2016. As you can see, I'm getting into the festive spirit at the moment, and yeah, I've just been out on a long run today, 17 miles clocked this morning, which brings me to 40 miles for the week, and I'm going to have a nice easy week now leading up to Christmas. So, although I didn't get to cover everything I wanted to with the winter training series and all the different types of workouts I was doing, the one thing that I thought would be a really good idea to talk about was something I touched on in a previous video blog, which was how to vary up your long runs, how to make them a little bit different, how to make them, so let's say in the week, if you've just pretty much done easy runs in the week and you want to maybe test yourself on a long run, what you guys can do to make your long runs a bit more of a workout. So here are my ideas and everyone else's ideas as to what you guys can be doing to vary up your long runs. Number one, the fartlek. So, as most of you guys know, the fartlek type of workout is where is speed play. So you do lots of say maybe reps of 3 minutes on, 2 minutes off, 3 minutes on, 2 minutes off. So you might do 3 minutes fast, 2 minutes slow, or 3 minutes fast, 3 minutes slow, and you might put that into a run. So let's say you do on a normal training run, let's say you do 6 miles, you might do 3 miles just steady or easy, and then the last 3 miles you might do as a fartlek type workout. Now obviously fartleks are done maybe sometimes in smaller runs, but they can be incorporated into longer runs, and it's quite a common thing for a lot of people to do. So let's say you're doing a 15-mile long run, you might do the first 10 miles steady or threshold, and then you might go into well, no, you wouldn't do a threshold in the long run, would you? First 10 miles easy, and then you would do the last 5 miles as a fartlek type workout. Again, what that does, it's really good, as per most of these things I'll talk about, for getting your speed endurance up, because what it's going to do is push you when you are feeling tired. So you've already run 10 miles, it's like one big long warm-up, and then you're going to kick into some kind of fartlek workout, whether you do a couple of minutes on, a couple of minutes off, however you do it. It's just a really good way to vary up those long runs. And then what you can do for starters is if you do 10 miles easy, you can just see how long you go for the first time you ever do it fartlek. So you might only reach 12 or 13 miles, but then it's a focal point. It's something to build on from there. And the next time you can try and do it step by step by step and just increase that fartlek workout at the end. So that is my number one advice or idea that you can change with your long run. Number two, threshold, your second part of the long run. So similar to a fartlek, you might run the first, let's say again, we're going to use 15 miles again as an example. Let's say you do the first 10 miles, nice and easy. You might not fancy doing some speed bursts, but you might think, do you know what, I could just up the pace on this a little bit, and then you might try and do the last 5 miles threshold pace, or just a bit quicker, and it's something you can work into. What I did for starters was I used to do, say, like 12 miles, and the first 10 would be easy, and I'll just do 2 miles threshold and just test it, and now I've built up to, let's say the other week I did a 16-mile long run. 10 miles were easy, 6 miles were threshold. So again, like the fartlek, you're working on that speed endurance, you're pushing yourself at the end of the run when you're tired. It really is amazing. It helped me so much in the latter stage of this year, my races. That's why my racing year, which we'll talk about in the next video blog, is so contrasting. The first half of the year was diabolical, the second half of the year was amazing. And it's just because I've been working on the latter stages of my runs, trying to pick it up in some way, shape or form. So number two, threshold the second half of your long run, or a section of your long run. Number three is, I don't really know how to describe this other than saying, if you have a 15-mile long run, or maybe let's take this one back to 10 miles. So let's say a 10-mile long run. What a lot of people do, and a lot of sort of professional athletes do, I guess I see, is you might do, let's say, 10 minutes easy, an hour, 10 minutes easy, 30 minutes threshold, 10 minutes tempo, 20 minutes easy or whatever. So they'll do a structure where they do blocks of different paces of running, and the pattern I see, and again I'm not an expert so don't quote me on it, but the pattern that I see is people build up into it. So they'll go 10 minutes easy, 20 minutes threshold, 10 minutes tempo, back to 20 minutes easy, and you can structure it based on your paces. So if you have certain paces for certain types, like you have a 10k pace and a half marathon pace and a marathon pace, or a 5k pace even, you might go, okay, so the first bit is going to be slower than marathon pace, and the next bit I'm going to hit marathon pace, then I'm going to hit half marathon pace, might try and hit 10k maybe for 5-10 minutes, and then back down to slower than marathon pace. So you kind of do this ramping up, and then just drop off. But again, although that's not working on the speed at the end, it's working on training over a long distance of time, being able to steadily increase that pace. So it's really important when you're doing races. There'll be loads of different race strategies, and this is an idea for another video blog, to talk about the different types of races that people run. Some people like go straight out there, off the gun, really quick, and then just try and hold it. Other people build into it, and these methods that I'm talking about really help you build into your race and finish strong. So number 3 is structure your run based on certain paces, pacing zones, whatever the technical terminology is, and make your run progress, and then a nice easy cool down for the end. So that's number 3. Number 4 is just a long run. I know it's not really a different type of workout, but you know what? Like today, for me personally, I've done some hard workouts this week. I didn't fancy doing a long run workout, so I just did all out easy. The beauty of the long run, it builds stamina for you, gets you working in you know, time on your feet, just gets you clocking up the miles, and that's really what you want at the end of a hard training week. So I've done a couple of hard workouts this week, both of them being 10 miles or thereabouts. I didn't have anything in my legs at mile 12 today, and I had to grind out the last 5 miles and just try and keep it at a sensible pace. It got harder, but we were keeping the heart rate low at 140-ish. So it was still good, but I did have to work, and you'll gauge that when you get out there. You know, we all have our different long runs. Some people's long runs are up to 30 miles, some of them are up to 6 miles, and you start to know about halfway through the long run if you're going to be able to do anything with it. I do always say, on the day, have it in your mind that you might play around with your long run, but don't ever commit to going out and saying, I'm going to go and do this today, I'm going to do a threshold second half, because do you know what, if you get to that point and you don't feel you can, you'll just feel disappointed with yourself. It's not worth it. My advice is surprise yourself. If you get to partway through your long run and you think, I can up this, then do it. You'll feel amazing afterwards. If you don't, that's fine. You've obviously had a hard week of training and it's not worth pushing it. So number 4 is simply just keep it simple. And as I said to you, majority of my long runs are this. I tend to put the workouts that I've just talked about into my long runs when I've not had such an intense training week. So next week I'm going to have a bit of an easier week, and I might do a long run to finish off, and I might play around with it then, because I'm probably going to do some easy miles in the week. So yeah guys, that's number 4. So that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this video blog. I hope it's helped in some way, shape or form. I know a lot of people ask this sort of questions, or I've actually had a couple of comments on Strava about it when I've done this, and they said, oh, why haven't you just run easy? And I've explained why I've done it. I'm not a coach or an elite athlete, so please take my advice with a pinch of salt, but it's what I see, it's what I read, it's what I hear other people do, and I get the science behind it. I get the ideas as to why you want to do certain workouts. As I said, for me personally, these, especially the first 3 reasons, are purely to push you and being able to get your long run stronger, so that when you come to a race day, you're feeling strong all throughout the race. So yeah, that's it guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you really enjoyed the video blog, please give it a subscribe, I think it's that side, and a like and a share if you would be good enough. Stay tuned for one last video blog before the end of the year, which is going to be just me recapping on the year. As I touched on it briefly a minute ago, we had a very contrasting year. I really look forward to doing that, seeing the progress. I did a video blog at the beginning of the year with my goals, so I can't wait to review those. I know some of them I haven't hit, but some of them I have, and we can talk about what we're going to be doing in 2017. So that's it guys. You won't see another video blog from me before Christmas, so have a great holiday season to everyone out there. Enjoy your running, enjoy your holiday season, and I'll see you on the other side.